What is cross-site scripting and how to protect ourselves from it? Well, first of all, in the latest X-Force report, we see that 51% of all web vulnerabilities are related to some sort of a cross-site scripting attack, which is remarkable because this is a threat that has been evolving since 1999 was the first time that cross-site scripting was discovered. Why is so prevalent, so dreadful? Well, it typically, most of the attacks are done on JavaScript, but we have seen instances of it on Flash, Rails, ActiveX, you name it, even Visual Basic Script. So it can attack, it's cross-platform and can attack everybody. So let's say that there's always a bad guy, has a website, and he's interested on logging as you on your bank to get some of your money. And he cannot do that unless he get action to your session cookies. But the bank only will unencrypt the session cookies and send it to you if you log in as the bank as yourself. So all these cookies are encrypted. So what the bad guy does is this attack starts by having the bad guy sending you, for example, and this is just an example to illustrate the case, to sending you a link to bank.com plus some sort of a script code. Okay? So say, something, and I'm oversimplifying this, something to get the document.cookies, which has your session cookies in it. Okay? So the next thing that the user does is the user actually clicks on that link and logs into the bank. So with the appropriate login, the bank, unencrypt the session cookies. And because of the nature of the cross-site scripting, when he puts, for example, his user ID on a field, what the website does is that it doesn't invoke the script, but it reflects the script. So the third thing that happened is that bank.com puts the code, or sometimes it's also called as echoes, that script to the user, and that's why this is very similar to a SQL injection. So the user Joe here actually invokes the script, and he can get access to, for example, collect those session cookies. Then what the attacker, what the script does is it sends the session cookies to the attacker. And obviously the attacker uses that to impersonate the user. Notice that the bank is not vulnerable to the cross-site scripting per se. The script doesn't get invoked at the bank, but actually the fact that it's reflected then is run from the browser on the bank is what makes this attack possible. But nevertheless, bank.com should protect themselves from that type of vulnerability. So what are the means for protecting against this type of attack? So let's take option B, user education. Don't click on links that you're not supposed to. Well, that definitely is something that most people should be aware, but not too many are, apparently. Also, you can have on your browser plugins like NoScript, and there's a version for every browser. NoScript is the name for Firefox. but these two things won't protect you much. You're gonna need a lot of good luck not to fall attack on that. Let's say another option. You can have on an SIEM, a capable SIEM like QRadar, you can have some regex that can detect those attacks. And it does that, but it can lead to way too many false positives. So that is not really the best way to go. So a more effective way is on your IPS, like our IPSs, has a PAM module that's actually quite effective. The PAM module has proven to be not only effective, but I would say very effective in detecting cross-site scripting going on, and it can stop them right there. In the case, for example, of Sony, which happened when? Around June 2011. Well, our PAN was protecting for that type of attacks since 2007, and that's why the head of the threat motto on our IPS plays so well. So that's a mechanism for protecting you, but you need to attack this problem at the source of the problem. So there's a even more effective way of really killing this at the source. With an application like AppScan, it has actually something very nice. It's called actually cross-site scripting analyzer that works like a pen tester. It has 700,000 payloads to discover the different type of cross-site scripting, and there are so many because this type of attack has evolved over time. Obviously, it's not as simple as I depicted in here, but it has been being transformed. But also, it launches those attacks within 1,000 context scenarios. So it doesn't do like a brute force of 700,000 to every field that is on the application, but actually within the context, it knows what to send. And what is remarkable about this is that it actually learns on each attempt. So it is a very effective way of actually eliminating the possibility for an organization like bank.org to be reflecting this data, to making their user susceptible to cross-site scripting attack. With technologies like the IPS and AppScan, there's no need. There shouldn't be any more cases of cross-site scripting.